A great piece of advice I learned early on in my ag career is that there's no fertilizer as good as healthy soil. My name is Sarah Foster. I'm the production manager here at Athiana Acres, and we are a certified organic flower, vegetable, herb, and fruit farm here in Steveston, BC. Our cover cropping plan from spring, summer, and fall mainly looks like terminating any overwintered cover crop in the spring in the areas that we want to put into production for the year. During that time, any fields that we want to put into a summer cover crop, meaning we want to let them rest and let the soil rejuvenate over that main growing period, generally that's cover crop seed would also be put into the field at that time and allowed to grow over the summer. The fall period is really where the bulk of our cover cropping happens. So that's when, the main summer season is over. A lot of fields are going out of production and we don't want to leave the soil bare over the winter. We want to, increase organic matter, drainage. We want to have good soil structure retained, and all of that can be achieved through cover cropping. So usually from end of August through September is when we are on our fields a lot, putting them into cover crop for the fall and winter. So this is the field that we were here for the spring cover cropping, where we did some broadcast seeding of some flower seeds like marigolds, dahlias, sunflowers, in addition to a few other things like some pea seed that we had. Now this is a bit of a winter kill blend that we have here, meaning that the species will die back when we get a bit of a hard frost so that we can work this soil up first thing in the spring to put it back into production. So the species that we have in this field are vetch, oats, and peas. In addition, you still can see a few weeds here, although the weed pressure has gone down significantly since we started cover cropping. Our main goals for cover cropping this season were to get as much land in cover crop as possible for the fall season, mainly to increase organic matter here. We had really low organic matter to start with, and one of our continuous goals is just to increase that organic matter. Another big goal of ours this year was to diversify the types of cover crop that we are putting into the land, mainly adding in some flowers into the blends. Some worked really well and some did not, unfortunately. So things that worked really well were marigolds and sunflowers. They both established very well. Being broadcast seeded, they put out really good growth, so we got some really good organic matter incorporated back into the soil, and they also attracted many beneficial pollinators to the farm. Unfortunately, the dahlia seeds didn't establish very well when they were just broadcast seeded. We think this could be due to a few reasons. Probably application. We didn't really have any specific tools for the dahlia seed for broadcast. It was mixed in with a lot of other seeds, so it might not have been spread very evenly. Another was potential just competition. So we definitely learned a few things about our soil and farm system through this cover cropping farm cycle. Probably the most exciting thing is that we did some early summer soil testing, and in the area of our farm that has been an exclusively cover crop for almost 5 years, we've been able to take the organic matter from 0.5% up to almost 5%. So that is a huge improvement over those 5 years, and we are so happy with that. So this is the largest area of the farm that is cover cropped on the south half, which for the past few years has been in some perennial rye cover crop. But this small area right behind me, about 3 fields worth, has actually been put in a winter kill mix, so that will die back over the winter so that we can put these fields in production next year. So in front of me we have some oats and peas, and there's also a little bit of vetch in this cover crop mix too. We really aim not to bring any external compost onto the farm here to amend the soil, and how that's influenced our cover cropping planning is, one, having that as just the main tenet of our philosophy here on the farm and how we treat the land and our farming system. Cover cropping is super important, whether that is letting fields rest during the main season that have been in production for a few years, or ensuring that we get as much land in cover crop as possible before the fall. So cover crop is really like the main tool for getting organic matter back into the soil without adding compost. Because of our approach is not bringing in external compost, we're really just swapping that for the importance of cover crop, and we've seen great benefits with that approach. So this cover crop here is a fall rye, which means it will survive the cold winter and regrow even more in the spring. This is what most of our cover crop here at Athiana Acres is, and it's doing pretty well, but we have had some damage from all the waterfowl we get eating it, so a little shorter than ideal, but we're very happy with how it's established. So our thinking and approach to cover cropping has slightly evolved, but it also has just reaffirmed that the principles and practices that we're currently doing are working. So mainly just emphasizing putting as much land into cover crop in the fall as possible, letting production fields that have been in production for a few years rest every now and then in the summer and get additional cover crop grown and then worked into them. We're continually working on the variety of species we put into our cover crop mix, like we mentioned with the dahlias, marigolds, and other flowers. Based on the season, my advice to farmers cover cropping next year is to have a plan and have the plan early, because although we got very lucky with our weather this year, that is not always the case. And sometimes, you're out there on the tractor for 10 hours getting all of your cover crop in one day, especially here in the lower mainland where we can get a lot of rain all of a sudden. My additional advice would also just to explore the species that you're putting into your cover crop, not just for your soil needs, but adding some flowers into our cover crop. We notice so many beneficial insects here on the farm. I would say also just talk to your network. I've learned so much from other farms around here who have similar soil types, see what they're doing, get to know your neighbors and see what's benefited them. But overall, I would say definitely start cover cropping and just keep putting more land in cover crop. It's great for the soil, it's great for the environment, and it will definitely benefit your production.